In this video, I'm going to show you how to subtract rational expressions with a common denominator. So if we look at these two rational expressions, we have a common denominator of p plus 1. And so now we're going to subtract the numerators. So we're going to take this first one. So we've got 2p squared minus 5p. And then we're going to subtract, so right here, the 7. And all of this is going to be over our common denominator, which is p plus 1. And now we want to try to factor the numerator to see if we can simplify this rational expression further. So because a, which is the number in front of p squared, because that's not 1, we have to use the AC method to factor. So the AC method, we would do a times c, so 2 times negative 7, which is negative 14. So now we need two numbers that multiply to be negative 14 that add to be a negative 5. So those two numbers would be a negative 7 and 2. So we are going to rewrite this polynomial. We're going to say 2p squared and then minus 7p. We're taking these two numbers and we're replacing this negative 5p with these two numbers. So negative 7p plus 2p minus 7. And so now we do factor by grouping. So we look at these first two. They have a p in common, so we factor out a p, and we're left with 2p minus 7. These next two don't have anything in common besides a 1, so we factor out a 1, and we're left with 2p minus 7. So whenever you do factor by grouping, you want these parentheses to be exactly the same. So now if we look at the first half and the second half, they both have a 2p minus 7 in common. So we factor that out, and we're left with a p plus 1. So we've now factored the numerator. The denominator is still p plus 1. So we can divide out the p plus 1s, and we're left with 2p minus 7 as our final answer.